made plenty of mistakes, spent 120 months in federal prison, but came home extremely motivated, dedicated to this industry, and with time, spiraled into me wanting to help those like myself.
So that was Hector Guadalupe, the founder of A Second You Foundation. After spending 10 years behind bars for drug-related charges, he started his foundation to help other non-violent offenders train for jobs in the fitness industry. Well, he's now discovering his organization has many valuable lessons to share, both physically and mentally, about living in confinement amid the coronavirus pandemic. So personal trainer Hector Guadalupe joins me now live from New York. Hector, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. So you know what it's like to be isolated in confinement. What are you telling your clients who are cooped up at home at the moment?
Well, at the moment, Robin, thanks for having us. But what I'm constantly trying to get people to understand is it's about building a routine while we're pretty much isolated from each other and the rest of society. Building a routine, not a schedule, a routine that works for you, that fits for you, whether that's waking up and starting with meditation, moving your body, obviously, and finding time to just be more centered and focused on yourself.
And how do you do that? I mean, if you're in a small apartment, maybe you've got the kids running around you. I know in my home country of South Africa, folks aren't actually allowed to go outside for a walk. So what do you suggest, based on your experience of being behind bars in a small place, what do you suggest people do? How do they get to that place?
So what I've been doing is helping clients kind of like build a regimen where they're working out X amount of time a day. We're spreading things out, a lot of meditation. A lot of us have been doing community yoga with each other. We've been interacting. I've been telling them to interact with families as much as possible, catch up with your families, catch up with your loved ones. And I've been doing also, I feel what works is a lot of journaling, a lot of writing. These are some of the things that I used while locked up and in isolation to kill time, and it helped get me through.
I mean, your charity seems amazing. It's called A Second You, and I think, if I'm right, you've trained nearly 200 former inmates to work within the fitness industry. I want to hear from one of your trainers who's teaching people to exercise at home. Just take a listen, and I'll talk to you about it on the other side.
Look at this, at home with 2 cans of vegetables, getting a great workout. Get 2 more. 3, 2 more now. 4. That's right, this is how we do this. Good job, Audrey. Excellent.
You're perfectly positioned, aren't you, to have these interactive classes over Zoom or Skype, and you need just 2 tins of vegetables. You don't need a fancy equipment or an expensive Peloton. I mean, just tell us what you need and why this is also probably about going back to basics.
Well, working out in the cell and losing 90 pounds with no equipment is like, the best proof there is, right? Equipment is a luxury. We only need your body to get you in shape, So we use chairs, we can use cans, we can use just your body and a yoga mat, So, yeah, through calisthenics, there's tons of bodyweight exercises. We have routines built around, which is what helped us get in shape while doing our time.
So tell us about that. What was it like doing time and getting in shape, losing 90 pounds? That's a lot of discipline.
Pretty much being disciplined with eating. Mostly calisthenics and yoga, I would say. Mm-hmm. A lot of vinyasa in my cell. Tons of body weight exercises, a lot of corrective stuff that we learned while inside, and mostly being disciplined on nutrition. While isolated, you have no access to real health care. And this is how we feel really at the moment in New York. As hospitals and medical care is scarce. So you want to take care of care of yourself as best as possible through nutrition, staying hydrated, and definitely shedding those pounds through body weight exercises.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. Thanks so much. Great stuff. And I think hopefully a lot of people link up with you guys, because I think it's just exactly what many of us need right now. Appreciate it, Hector. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Robin.
Cheers. Bye. So here's a lovely story. Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy, is advocating hand washing as a way to protect